the last
I'm a
batch of the
cheerleader now,
years.
apparently.
Okay.
Yay.
I'm just really excited for the end of the year. Also, because I came with supplies.
Oh, look at you. You're loaded for bear.
Yeah.
And you have like a whole thing to
I
yourself.
do.
So you have to be
I'm-
extra cheerful to.
I am set up.
Fill it up.
Because Gus was supposed to be here, but then he didn't.
Yeah, they're doing some immersion stuff today.
Well, Gavin's back.
Yeah, interesting that it's over, but he's not back to the patch.
Well, they might not have known when they were going to be
Sure. Lazy Gus.
This is a horrible
if he
angle
feels-
to be wearing these. I'm just taking these off now because look at where I walked, everyone. It's disgusting.
I
Man,
apparently
I love
walked.
these beanbag
This is
chairs,
how
though.
uninteresting my life is because I walked through nothing. Yeah. I walked through the halls of this building.
Well, today you
You're the
kind of
indoor
like
kid.
shit on your shoes, didn't you? You were like, my stupid Converse, and I felt very personally offended.
Who shit on my
Your shoes
shoes?
are
You
great.
did.
No, I didn't.
You were very like man about your shoes.
I didn't say anything about my shoes. The only thing I said about my shoes was that I can't slip them on or off like I used to.
Interesting. Something negative.
Okay, well, just so we're all aware, you can get slip-on Converse.
Yeah.
They look like Converse, just with no laces in them. They look like you didn't put any laces in your shoes, but they're slip-ons. They're fantastic.
I'm mean to shoes. Like I lace up shoes and then I use them as slip-ons anyway.
Yeah.
So I always end up messing the back of them up, and they get all like broken, and the
That's
plastic stabs you in the heel.
That's what Bernie does. He kicks into his shoes, and
Mm-hmm.
so he just has that. He breaks the heel constantly.
I
Drives
can't
me
do.
up
Yeah,
the
I
wall.
can't deal with that. Can't have that in my life.
I
You're
feel like
I'm
I
ready
did
to
it.
start like
in
a
the
race.
hole.
Go!
I did it in middle school. I was a big fan of slip-ons, and I would kick into my shoes, and then I don't know, like the girl jeans must have kicked in, and I went, no, shoes matter.
Before we get too far away from it, welcome to the patch, brought to you by Audible and Laser Team, whose graphics will appear at some point because I waited too long, and so they gave up on me.
Yay.
And
Laser Team and Audible, there they go.
and our care of shoes.
We got we went right into shoes,
Right.
And we come right hard off of vomit. So
Well, this
Yeah,
is,
we did.
this
We
is
came
basically
right off
another
a vomit
broadcast.
into shoes. That's true.
so the patch, we did, it's the end of the year. There's like nothing happening.
Well,
There's
That's
no
not
news.
true. That is
What?
not
What?
true.
Wow,
You
we are
must
here
have
to
missed
prove
a
Breaking
you wrong.
lot.
news?
Okay, let's
I've
talk
been
about a
busy.
couple of things that happened.
Yes.
First of all, there was Steam on Christmas Day. You're aware of that.
Come on, it just gave out some free information. It was like a.
34,000 people's information.
So
What did you really learn about them, though? What?
You learned their email address, probably their phone number if they had it associated to their account, the last 4 digits of their payment option. A lot, Ryan.
yeah, so it all depends on what page people saw. It could be anywhere from 2 digits on your credit card to your full phone number, your mailing address, your username. That's on on one of the purchase pages. If they got an account page, it shows all kinds of different information. So the things that were protected are your credit card number.
That's
so-
a good thing.
That's a good thing. I
Okay.
have to give them
Yeah.
a little bit of credit whenever I keep getting
Yeah.
debit cards
Credit.
reissued from my bank because
Oh,
of
yep.
breaches at Home Depot or Target or all that kind of shit. So it's nice that we don't have to deal with that. Instead, you just have to deal with someone on the internet you don't know who potentially having all your information.
You know what was kind of fun about this one, though, was usually.
What was
What
fun
was
about
fun?
it, Ryan?
Yeah.
Hey, okay,
fun.
look,
Tell me.
I'm looking for a silver lining. Okay,
Okay,
I'm gonna
Yeah,
pick
okay.
a little gem of not so bad.
Do it.
All right.
So, it isn't that good, to be honest. I'm going.
Now you've hyped
I
it.
hyped it too
Okay,
much.
now you
Don't
let it down.
disappoint.
Look,
us.
it could have just slid it in, but you guys had to
Yeah,
really.
well.
All right. Anyway, so it's one of the first times I've ever seen the internet successfully call what happened. Like they were like, "Oh yeah, we probably just had like a caching issue," and that's what the official word. And so either someone at Valve was like, "Fuck, we need something to cover this." Yeah, what the guy on the internet said, or that was actually what it was.
Well, I do think the thing to really note here, and the thing that I think will linger when people think back on this, is that Valve has always had this reputation of, we come out, we tell you, we shoot straight with everyone, we really want to be, we're for the people, by the people.
Shoot from the hip.
Exactly.
With our wheelie desks.
Exactly.
Shoot from the hip doesn't sound like ultra secure though.
It's not.
No, but it sounds like a straight
yeah,
talker,
like
you
here's-
know?
Yeah, like we're not gonna beat around the bush.
They might
We
kill you, but they're
understand
gonna
security.
they might kill you, but they're gonna face you doing it.
That's right. And this time they
At high
waited
noon.
4 days to admit anything had happened.
Well-
Until the outrage had gotten so unbearable, they finally were like, fuck it, you're right.
Well, so they said on Christmas Day, like a few hours later, they issued a statement to media, but this was only to media. Like it wasn't posted to their website or anything. You had to go to a third party to get this statement, which is kind of weird to me. But they said that it was a caching issue. They said it lasted less than an hour, and that was it. That was really all they said. They were like, and we fixed it. There was no apology. There was no, saying exactly what was affected, nothing like that. It was very vague. It was just saying,
I'm gonna
yeah,
look it
something
up.
happened. Some other people saw your information potentially. But that's fixed now.
Yeah,
And
but they took the entire service down.
Yes, they did. They took the Steam store down, which for Christmas Day was Steam store in the middle of a Steam sale, and with all the people trying to redeem their Steam gift cards for Christmas or whatever. Like, it's a very big day for Valve.
I wonder who. I mean, so you don't think normally these things would happen in a vacuum? Like someone changed a variable, they checked in some code.
Yeah.
Who was
so-
working that day to mess it up?
Right. There
Somebody
was
who doesn't
something,
work there anymore.
something happened for sure. Like someone changed a thing. They said in the statement that they issued, they finally said, yes, here's what happened. What everyone thought happened already. 34,000 accounts were compromised. They're going to try and find out which ones those were and then let them know. But they don't know exactly yet. They have to work with their caching service or whatever. And but they said they were hit with a DDoS attack on Christmas morning. So they made some changes to configuration, and it something resulted in those pages erroneously being cached and then served out to the wrong people and so on and so forth. Because I guess they must adjust the caching issues when they get hit with DDoS attacks to try and ease the load on the servers.
Yeah,
Which
that makes sense.
makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense, unless it's a customized page, which, like your account information.
Yeah. So when they came up on Christmas, basically they said like, "Hey, we fixed it. Everything's running just fine. It was a result of a configuration change earlier today. It was a caching issue. It lasted for less than an hour."
Which also, by the way, turned out not to be true.
Right. This issue has since been
length
resolved.
The length.
We believe no unauthorized actions were allowed on any accounts beyond the viewing of cached page information, and no additional action is required by users.
Now, as far as I understand, that part, the unauthorized action, is correct. It was you could see pages, but if you tried to do anything with those pages, change the information, whatever, then you get you're not logged in or you're not authorized, because it's just displaying the wrong thing. It's not actually logging anyone in as the wrong user. But that's also not the point. The point is you're not supposed to release personal information of your customer base and then not fucking say anything.
The interesting thing is, in their statement today, they said, if you did not browse a Steam store page with your personal information, such as your account page or a checkout page, in this time frame, that information could not have been shown to another user.
Which is correct. So,
So
because it
it's
had to
like
be
if you were
displayed
in, like-
in order to be cached.
So, like, if you were not looking at your own crap, you're good.
Yeah.
So if you didn't browse a store page during one of the biggest sales of the year, you're fine.
Or no,
Shout out to having shitty internet in Brill.
or like if you didn't try and buy anything.
Yeah.
I didn't actually try and buy anything.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm safe.
I didn't either, but I also heard about that basically by the time I was up and about and would care in the first place, and went, yeah, I can stay off Steam for a while. I don't know, talk to my family, open some presents, make some awesome breakfast casserole, which, by the way, I rocked.
breakfast casserole,
Oh, it was amazing. It was
amazing.
like eggs and ham and bacon and cheese.
Wait, you had ham and bacon?
Oh, yeah.
You doubled up on pig?
Oh, yeah, I'm not fucking around.
All right.
Double
This-
pig.
This was a bitchin' Christmas breakfast casserole.
Yeah.
I'm very
That's
proud
awesome.
of myself. I'm not much of a cook, so when I knock something like that out, oh, you're gonna hear about it. For a while.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I was literally like in the middle. Somebody went to the bathroom in the middle of a round of Articulate, and then I was like on Twitter, like, ooh, somebody in trouble. All right, what is it? Indian Ocean? Okay, here we go. Yep, that was it. That was pretty much my reaction. I'm like, oh, damn, I wish I started doing the news story. Oh, Articulate, here we go.
Someone will cover it.
Yeah, I have faith.
Well,
So that did
of
happen,
all the
Ryan.
things that could happen over Christmas, though, that was not. Oh no, that's pretty bad. That sucked.
Also, I was looking around. I was like, where's Lizard Squad and all this? Did they...
So first of all,
I mean, they're
are
not
they
Lizard Squad
renamed?
anymore. Yeah,
Are they Phantom
yeah,
Squad now, or is
yeah.
this just another group of attention-hungry kitties?
I thought Lizard Squad sold all their shit.
I
Like-
Did they
believe it-
sell all
it's
their shit,
new
or did they just finally all get arrested?
No. Well, that's the problem with
Because
them.
No, they
there
did
have
not
been-
get arrested. There
Like,
was like
even-
one dude who got arrested.
No, there have been a couple rounds. There was someone in Canada. There were some people in the UK. A couple of other people in Europe, I think. So there have been a couple of rounds like throughout the year of various Lizard Squad people probably getting arrested, but no idea if they ever actually like stayed in
It wouldn't-
jail
I've
or
got
if their
a-
parents just finally took away their computers.
All right, here we go. You are asking for so much trouble.
Oh, yeah.
This beanbag does not condone any of her making fun of Lizard Squad. All right, Lizard Squad has 7 members. It's a black hat hacking group, mainly known for their DDoS attacks. On September 3rd, 2014, Lizard Squad seemingly announced that it had disbanded, only to return later on, claiming responsibility for a variety of attacks on prominent websites. The organization at one point participated in the Darkcode hacking forums and shared hosting with them.
They actually, as far as I understand, they were renting out their DDoS.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Attack.
Is it doesn't really matter if Lizard
Yeah,
Squad exists
like if you
or
could-
not. It's as long as somebody has the keys to the botnet. That's the source of those DDoS.
Yeah, so I don't know if this Phantom Squad or whatever is the same people. I'm going to assume that they're
They
not.
use like the same
because most
imagery
of-
though.
They do, but most of their attacks this year were ineffectual. So
Again, this beanbag does
No,
not
no, no.
condone anything that
Yeah.
beanbag is saying. That is,
Look,
there's a border
remember-
she's
here.
calling you a giant failure.
She's
Just
saying,
her.
prove it.
Look-
We're saying we respect you and
Yeah.
fear you.
I'm just here's what I'm saying is last year, the Xbox Live, PSN, Origin, Steam, they were all down for like a week during Christmas, right? Remember how they were down for days and days to the point where Kim.com came to the rescue and bribed them to please stop. This year, there were outages. I know Origin went out. Obviously, there was a DDoS attack of some kind. Apparently, someone told me it originated in China
The
against
EA
Steam.
was Phantom Squad.
Yep.
To be fair,
and there was-
Origin probably just isn't used to any traffic at all. So.
and
Someone logged in. Yay!
there were also minor outages for PSN and Xbox Live, but nothing on the scale of last year. So that makes me think that this is probably a different group. Or everyone's just getting a lot better about DDoS stuff.
Well, if it wasn't, I mean, Steam didn't go down either, so it probably wasn't on the same scale. As
Well,
some
they
Steam
others.
did go
took it
down,
down.
but Valve took it down.
They took it down because
They
they
took it
messed
down.
it up.
Yeah.
Right, but they messed it up in response to the DDoS attack.
So success, but not the way they meant.
Right. I don't. Who knows? Maybe Phantom Squad considers the resulting screw up with all the caching as their own some kind of weird personal victory.
Apparently, the Phantom Squad Twitter is arguing with a lot of other Twitters, and they're very like, you leave those servers alone, or else we will attack. So Lizardlands,
Oh, there's like a hack off going on.
Lizard Squad is at Lizardlands. They use the same picture from the old Lizard Squad, but dressed up as a Christmas version of himself.
Okay, so wait, are Lizard Squad and Phantom Squad fighting?
It seems like, yeah, like they've been tweeting back at one another.
Great. If they can take each other out, I'd be.
Well, it
be
depends
very
on
grateful.
what's get caught in the middle. The mental image I have of this is always. Do you remember the beginning of the movie Hackers?
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
Dave Murphy's fighting.
Who
with,
does not remember
Yeah.
the beginning
Excuse
of the
me.
movie Hackers?
and they're
best
both
part-
fighting
Brian
for
Haywood.
control over the TV station.
The best part of that movie, because
Yeah.
I just watched it maybe like 3 weeks ago, besides Angelina Jolie's boobs, are the very end when they're like doing their super like 6-person
Yeah.
hack.
The Gibson is finding us too fast.
And the best is the guy who's like the other hacker they're against. He's like, "Sir, rabbit virus, give it a flu shot." That's one of the lines in the movie. Give it a flu shot.
Inoculate it.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh no, it's a top hat. Shut it down." Like he's just got like these terrible. Like,
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
They have to make it understandable to the general
give
population.
it a flu shot. Come on.
That's code flu shot. Hit it with a. Yeah,
I'm
no,
sure,
there's no defense.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a grandma out there with like, "Oh, I need to get a flu
Oh,
shot."
I got
for
it
my
now. Oh, is that what?
computer.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, someone on Twitter just told us. Well, they told us 8 minutes ago. We forgot to even say who we are.
We usually do that. Go for it. Who are you?
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
Ashley.
Meg.
Ryan
Team same voice with that.
and the empty chair of where Gus should have been if he
And
wasn't lazy.
the spirit of Gus, who's apparently very light.
Yeah.
I just any patch, Meg, Ashley, Ryan, Gus, possibly Jeremy. That's it. There you go.
Yep.
Filled in every patch for you now.
If I could find more people, I would.
You don't.
Well-
well, fuck you too.
I mean, not to say you guys aren't great.
If I could find someone else to share this beanbag, I
They
would.
can sit where I'm sitting.
You
I
better
just-
hope I don't vomit on you now.
Look,
I'm gonna.
your eyes are gonna pop out of your head if you vomit again. Okay, keep it in there. No, it's okay. There was a little excitement over Christmas, but that wasn't too bad.
Well,
Right.
there was also so
There's
in addition to the
more?
whole Valve thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way,
Tell
I
us
want to
more.
clear something up with about the whole Valve thing.
Okay.
Would you define a company even accidentally releasing your personal information to the online public, basically posting it out there. Would you define that as doxing?
Doxing?
Yes.
Well, I don't know, because to me, doxing is posting of personal information. Yes. But I feel like doxing has a connotation of maliciousness. Like, not an inadvertent doxing. Could be. I guess you
So
could
it's
use
like
the
slander.
inadvertent.
You have to have intent to cause harm.
See, I feel like it's the posting of your personal information regardless. Like, it
It's
could be a
true.
oops.
It could be an inadvertent dox.
It
I
might-
guess
yeah,
I
it
would
might be an
use the
accidental
word
dox, but like that's
accidental
how I would
dox.
describe
Yeah,
it. It's still
no, it
doxing,
is.
right?
I still get. I guess the verb form of doxing makes me nervous, or gives me like the catch there for it being like intent, or also to me doxing is addresses and phone numbers, not necessarily like 2 digits of your card information.
Right. But since they did release addresses and phone
It's
numbers.
true. It's true. I don't
God,
know. I
you
guess
know-
I would. Is that people were mad about the word doxing in there, or what?
Yeah. Yeah. Like that people feel like there has to be a malicious intent. I really don't think so. I feel like if like the doxing can be, you can be a malicious dox. In fact, that's typically what it is. But anytime that information is released, it is absolutely, it falls in that same category.
I guess that's true. I
Accidental
once-
or not, don't
once-
fucking do it.
I once had a friend who
It's a bad thing.
played my voice. He was trying to prank call me and I didn't answer. He was doing like a live stream. I said a live stream, all weird. But he called me to try and prank call me and I didn't answer. But my voicemail is one of those that says
Oh, no, it
my
says your
number.
number.
And I guess I would call what he did doxing me. I would.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's not necessarily intentional, not necessarily
Yeah,
malicious.
he didn't mean to.
But what happened, like as a result of the non-intentional, non-malicious action, is that
People have that
your
information.
information got out.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
It's kind of interesting too, because this is one of the first times that I can remember where the entity that released the information was the original entity. In this case, like normally it's somebody steals that information and then releases it to the world. In this
Yeah.
case,
Right.
it was just like, here you go, have it. Our bad.
Whoops.
Yeah, I think I'm happy that Valve has finally put out a statement that they've actually apologized. They can't take the information and put it back in. You can't scrub that stuff off the internet now. It's just not a thing you can do. So the most you can do is apologize and then make sure it doesn't happen again. So step one, we've got apology. That's great. It was kind of like, it's like, it's like I could take more apology from the apology, but I
Yeah.
understand that Valve can only bend so much. They have that. They're not great communicators.
Look, the
Wait.
apology team is all overtime working on Half-Life 3.
Is
okay?
step 2 free stuff? Which part of that is
I would
free
appreciate
stuff?
Well,
I would
step three's
appreciate step
profit.
2 being free stuff. I would
Yeah.
appreciate that mostly because they've done it before. They've
Yeah.
given out free games and whatnot, and that's great. I would also take an extension of the Steam Winter Sale. Because I always welcome.
Sorry we gave out your shit for buying stuff. Buy more stuff.
Did you buy anything on the sale?
Have you?
Not Christmas Day,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
okay, but
but
since
yeah,
then,
absolutely. I bought. Well, how could I not buy Aviary Attorney?
Oh,
one.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
I did pick up Hat Off a Boyfriend Holiday Star.
Yes.
I'm having a birthday.
why do you hate yourself? That's all I have to ask.
It's not myself I hate, Ryan. I'm searching for love in a feathery world.
A wild, feathery world. And also they're pigeons, so probably a trash can or something. That's what they have.
Some of the pigeons are very smart, okay, and they all have wonderful personalities,
Yes.
except for the ones that are adorably grouchy. I
But
just
it's
think
like also part of their personality. It's
yeah,
adorable.
I just think it's hilarious. And
They're
I also
rats.
picked up, Underrail. Let me see what else I bought.
Under rail?
Underrail. So I mentioned it very briefly last week. I think it's kind of a callback to Fallout 1 and 2. It's an isometric
Right.
like RPG RTS type game, and loving that so far. I've discovered
Is that water or are you just slamming a martini?
that was water. She got a fancy glass to keep me company
I did.
because I brought my like festive
Yeah, she
winter
brought
beers.
festive beers, but then there was no water cups in the fridge, and I was like, fuck it, I'll look like an alcoholic on the back.
Yeah, whereas I've been getting festive. This is my favorite Christmas.
I'm not drunk, I
holiday
just don't
beer.
have any depth perception.
Uh-oh. Shit, you guys.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah, it's too late. To
Nah,
be fair, Ryan,
we'll
it's my responsibility, I feel, because I've been
We'll
this
just go
seat.
until this ends.
For once, I was hands off.
Yeah.
Look, Gus can't.
We're
Gus
doing
can't
off
stop
topic
us.
over here? Okay.
Right. Well, someone just needs to tell us that we need to wrap up early, and then we'll go an extra half
Yeah.
hour.
There you go.
That's Michael style. Yeah. What
Unreal.
else did I pick up? I picked up. Oh yeah, Underrail. So it's a lot of fun. I'm discovering something about myself as a gamer, and that is that you ever find you have like really specific preferences about games? Like I've decided that I like when it comes to sci-fi, I really enjoy space sci-fi, like stuff that's off in space, other worlds and other planets and that sort of
Mass
stuff.
Effect
If
and-
it's on Earth sci-fi, like post-apocalyptic, whatever is usually what it tends to be, I tend to be less into it.
What about like Deus Ex?
Like XCOM, meh.
XCOM.
Deus Ex, ooh, great idea. Fallout, I enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it to nearly the level that I enjoy Skyrim. For example, GTA, not my cup of tea. Red Dead Redemption, give me that shit. I will ride that horse all fucking day.
Not sci-fi though. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
it
I
holds.
don't tend to play on Earth sci-fi, which is kind of weird because there's a lot of that.
I'm trying to think of another example of that, but
So Detroit won't be your style.
Does it take place in Detroit?
Yes, it does.
well, what
It
about
does.
like Black Ops, The Division?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
Oh, not interested in
Oh.
the Division.
Nope.
Wow.
I mean, I would
What
say
about
those are
Rainbow
sci-fi.
No, but
Six?
like bring on my Nina Kuni, bring on Mass Effect
right.
Andromeda.
How about? Okay, so it's just the sci-fi thing, or so Black Ops 1, not sci-fi.
No.
No, so you just don't like that genre.
I don't. Well, I don't tend to play military stuff at
Yeah.
this point
Yeah.
because no one's paying me to be good at it, and I got paid to be good at it for so long that I became kind of mercenary. And now I'm playing. I'm like,
You should try being paid to be bad at it.
You're like the hired sword that's like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not gonna practice fighting because
I'm mercenary. I'm mercenary at this point. Let's see. What else did I buy on the Steam sale? I bought.
I have this thing every year with the Steam sale where I go and look at the package of all the Star Wars games put together, and I think, man, $20, I should buy this. And then I go and look at each individual game and think about how awful they look now. Like Dark Forces, any of the early
Oh, Dark Forces.
Dark
wow.
Forces is so ugly. It's basically like Doom or Duke Nukem Engine, I think.
Here we go. So I picked up Ark Survival Evolved because I've heard such good stuff about that. And I actually want to get Bernie into it. He's been playing Just Cause 3 because his oldest, JD, is getting really into it and he's finished Fallout 4, so he's trying to figure out what to play next. So he's trying Just Cause 3, but he's not a fan of the controls. So I'm going to try and get him into Ark Survival Evolved because I've heard really great things about it, and you get to ride dinosaurs.
It takes a lot of work to ride a dinosaur. There's a lot. You
Ryan,
start off with nothing.
stop crushing my dreams.
Yeah,
Hey.
Ryan's in a real punchy mood
I'm
today.
not crushing
He's a
anybody's
punchy,
dream.
kicky.
I'm saying you
cover
gotta
art-
work for it.
The cover art is you riding a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah, well,
So I
they
want
really
that shit.
oversell that, okay?
Really?
Yeah, no, it's gonna
He
be.
doesn't wanna
You
see
start
you
gathering
hurt.
rocks. You start naked on a beach.
I feel like I haven't seen.
Okay,
by
well-
the way, I just like awkwardly popped into your one shot over there while I was adjusting.
But I mean, as people who've played Minecraft, we can work with that.
Yeah,
You start off punching
a
fuck.
tree.
You punch
You
trees.
do punch.
So
Well, you're gonna be punching trees in Ark too.
okay,
you
well
gotta-
that's something that I think we can work with. I also bought the PC version of Ori and the Blind Forest just because I want to support it, because I really like that game. I bought Dust so I can catch up on that since I was not here for that particular game club.
We feel. How much did you pay
I
for
liked it.
It was on sale for
Didn't they one year they gave you like
$3.
Oh, that's
$3?
great.
That's a good
Yeah,
price.
it was $3. I think it was like 80% off.
I think I just heard too much hype for it. Honestly, I don't want to rehash
For
the game club,
Dust?
but I just heard. Yeah, I heard so much. Sorry, I've moved and I fucked up the shot. Yeah, I just heard so much like, oh, it's so good, and then I was like, it's all right.
It was suggested to us quite a bit for game
Yeah,
club.
I didn't feel like it was like the best, but also made by one dude, incredible.
Yeah.
Hats off. And then back on and then off again. Apparently, by the way, I would love to hear more about this. And we should definitely keep talking about the Steam sale. Apparently, there was something called Finest Squad, which also took down Lizard Squad.
You know what? I remember hearing about that. I thought that was a splinter group off of Lizard Squad. Like,
We need like the thing I liked
do we need a
about
flowchart?
yeah, the thing I liked about being when I did leaderboard was like, who did what to this week? Even though I didn't really know that much about it, it was very exciting to hear all the gossip. And I feel like I need like a hacker leaderboard that I can watch to be like, who tweeted about who? And
I think
then
that's
what?
called that show Drama Alert. I think is what you're looking for.
Drama alert.
There's a show called Drama Alert on
on
YouTube.
YouTube. That
It's,
shows.
uh,
I'm not gonna say
yeah,
any things about
guess-
that.
But
Drama alert.
They,
Meg Turney doesn't like drama alert.
but that's the kind of thing that they cover.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
but not like hacker groups.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
like YouTube.
No,
oh,
they
really?
totally do.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Any drama anywhere.
I think they've had some of like Lizard Squad or Phantom Squad or whatever on that show before. But
Sorry, go ahead. What else did you buy in Steam sale?
those are the big ones. But I also picked up. There was Aviary Attorney. There was. I'm trying to like go through my purchase history. Also, anyone who might have gotten my pages on Christmas Day might be able to tell you.
Text me. Let me know.
I bought the Super Turbo Championship Edition of Guacamelee, which, by the way, I've gone back and I've been 100%ing.
Yeah? What do you
But
think?
I'll talk about that later. Well, no, I'll talk about it right now. Fuck it. So I've been 100%ing it. I heard there's a different ending that you get if you get 100%. So, but that includes finding all of the collectibles, some of which are really, really difficult to get. Did any of you guys get to El Infierno?
I don't think
So,
so.
that
I'm
was
still
an
playing
area-
that, but slowly, because I only get about half an hour a night before I put my kid to bed.
Yeah, that was something that when I was first playing through it, I didn't even know existed. I went through the whole game without having any fucking clue that
Wait,
there
you mean the
was
thing where you do like
anything-
superpower?
No, El Infierno is it's an area where it's like you basically go to hell, and El Diablo has been turned into a chicken. So he's that purple chicken you
Right.
keep seeing around,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
And Kalaka has turned him into a chicken, and so he's not there anymore. And all the people in hell are like, "Man, this sucks. Like, I don't even know what's going on. No one's torturing me. Like, what? How do I? Don't even know how to deal with this."
I'm
And,
supposed to be getting whipped right now. Come on.
And there's 20.
Why else did I murder those 12 orphans?
Oh,
Sure.
Okay. Well, you made it. It was sexy, and then you made it bad.
Oh, you want to
don't-
go that way?
Well, I wouldn't say it was sexy,
Could have been.
but
You don't know about what El Diablo's got going on
Yeah.
down there.
Well, they are
also, I
different.
just feel like
in,
somewhere.
in hell there are no safe words.
I feel like somewhere Muriel is just rolling around in the snow, being upset at how we're pronouncing all these words.
I think we're pretty close on most
El
of them.
Infierno, and she's like,
El
"Ugh,
Infierno.
ugh,
Hey,
ugh."
I speak enough broken Spanish to say El Infierno.
Okay.
Or if you want, I can get like El Infierno.
There you go.
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah, you
Is
gotta be a
that
little
better?
spicy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I miss Muriel, so you gotta fill in.
So there's like 20 different challenges that you can get. You know, they're platforming challenges or fighting challenges or whatever in this El Infierno place. And
Excuse me,
That's
the
where the
word?
challenges are. Okay,
El
I saw achievements
Infierno.
for that, and I wasn't sure where they were.
yeah, so they're really, really hard. And as someone who's naturally quite terrible at platformers, that sucks. But I'm trying really hard because first of all, I want to get the alternate ending, and I'm a sucker for that stuff. I've spent way too many hours to do that. But also because I want all the Steam achievements,
Uh-huh.
and I'm starting to have a love-hate relationship with achievements as a concept.
Really? Why?
Well, I like them because you can look at things and be like, okay, I should try that. I should try that. Like, this is a cool alternate way of doing things. On the other hand, like when there's like, get all these collectibles that are spread all around and you don't give a shit about or whatever. It takes the game from being like a 15-hour game to like a 50-hour game. By the time I get to that 50 hours and get everything, I hate the game. I'm done. It feels like work, and I've been forcing myself through it to get some stupid achievement that I don't even have points for.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like, there's that kind of achievement turns me off of achievements, but I've kind of gotten to the point where I don't care. Like, I'm not a completionist.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Like, I watch what people in my office go through trying to get complete on a game, and I'm like, who got time for that?
Yeah, and I mean, I have to admit, it's my fault. I'm the one who looks at the achievements and is like, no, I have to do this. I hate what I'm doing, and I'm not having fun, but I'm doing it because I have to. It's 100% my problem, but as a result of them existing and me having a problem, I'm starting to just not like achievements so much anymore.
I was just looking while you guys were talking about El Infierno. At what's on sale, because I haven't even looked. I've been
so much stuff.
out of the country.
There's like 10,000 games on sale.
Have not been looking. Honey Pop is on sale.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely gonna get that.
Totally bought it.
What's Honey
I have it.
Honey
Oh,
Pop is a part dating sim, part puzzle game, and part RPG with a visual novel style of presentation, abrasive Western writing style, and plenty of plot. It's literally in quotes.
Plot.
Abrasive Western writing style?
I think it means abrasive.
All right, yeah, I got it. Yeah, yeah, America, up a cup size. We're cool now.
Also, to be fair, like, I think that things like Katawa Shoujo, which were trying very hard to be like in the flowery Japanese style, really annoyed you. So maybe Honey Pop is where you get individual novels.
Well, apparently maybe that was written in abrasive Western style. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think it was. I think it was trying very hard to emulate like the flowery. Like I look at because I had to take game capture of it today, so I just got a refresher in the dialogue that's like, I see the flittering snowflakes that fall gently to the ground around me, and then I look at more and they're flittering, and it's so much words
Uh-huh.
in Katawa Shoujo.
Well, you know what?
So
Speaking of things that are better literature than Katawa Shoujo ever will be,
wow, and you called it shoujo again.
whatever, who cares?
It's not alcohol, Ryan.
Let it all burn. I want to give a shout out to our friends at Audible.com for sponsoring this episode of The Patch. Audible.com is the leading provider of audiobooks with more than 180,000 downloadable titles. I got it out. Across all types of literature, including fiction, nonfiction, and periodicals. Audiobooks are great to listen to when you're on a plane, in the car, at home, in bed. I actually listen to it every day driving back and forth because I live way too far away from
Don't
here.
tell people where you live.
It's too far away from here.
Don't tell people.
That's all I'm telling. I'm not going to give them my address. It's just far away from here, okay? For our audience members, Audible is offering a free 30-day trial. Just go to audible.com/thepatch and browse the over 180,000 audio programs. Download a title free and start listening. It's that easy to try out their service. There's an extra period there. It's that easy, period, to try out their service, period. I've actually been listening to a series called Monster Hunter International.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I will invest in sci-fi trilogies just at the drop of a hat. Like I have to have just a little bit of a hook, and Audible's pretty good about having narrators that don't suck. A bad narrator can really ruin a book for you. But
I'm just looking at like the points of you doing this ad read and be like, well, got it out was one of them. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I got it out. And then like, yeah, whatever, they fucked up their ad copy. Let me point that out to everybody.
I assume that was
All right,
us.
well, they don't suck, so
I'm complimenting their narrators. They have good narrators.
you could have said that. Instead of the ones
Look.
that don't suck.
I'm I was getting there. You interrupted.
I'm sorry. Okay, go. Yeah, no, I'm
You
sorry.
start at the negative and you work to the positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan, continue.
Thanks.
So, let's see where you're going with this. I'm
Audible has
interested.
free apps, so you can download and listen on your
screaming
iPhone, Android, Windows Phone, Kindle Fire, plus iPod, and over 500 MP3 players. Get a free 30-day trial at audible.com/thepatch. That's audible.com/thepatch.
I want to hear more about what hooks you need for a sci-fi trilogy to be.
It doesn't take a lot. Gosh,
How many
How
YA
many-
Are you
sci-fi
just like
trilogies?
sci-fi trash?
I've listened to like the entire. Hold on, let me bring up my Audible. I've listened to the entire Undying Mercenaries series. I've been listening to actually a series that has just now gotten made into a show on Sci-Fi Channel, the Expanse series of books by James A. Corey. James S.A. Corey, who's actually two people. What?
Okay, I just want to point out, you know that
Do
I
it.
never shut up about the Takeshi Kovacs books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just saying they're on Audible.
Oh,
so if you don't
good.
have time to
What
read
are they?
the books I don't shut up about, they're the ones that are super cool. So they're not Earth sci-fi. Actually, they're kind of Earth sci-fi. He comes back to Earth, but it's very
So you don't like it when they go back to Earth.
They
But
don't
then
like
you
when they
it again
start
they
on
leave.
Earth, but if they go back to Earth, it's
Okay.
like
if it's just like, you know, we live in the future and we've gone to like all these crazy planets, but Earth is still the center of the universe.
So you like it when Earth isn't
Now-
special.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, the
I do.
Kovac books are they
Okay,
the-
so
go ahead.
They're it's a sci-fi trilogy, and it's this dude. It's kind of like Gumshoe. He's a like ex special forces, whatever. But in this future, your consciousness, like your essence, is a person. Your memories and your brain and your personality and all that stuff they're stored in like a little pellet in the base of your skull, like in your spine here. And so if your body dies, they can just pop that into another body and you live again, just have a different body. So people have synthetic bodies that are basically robot bodies, but they're still people. And they just, like, you can die a whole bunch and you can
as
come
long
back.
as your pellet's not destroyed.
As long as your pellet's not destroyed. That's the only permanent death.
So you're saying extreme sports have become really boring, basically.
People kill each other for fun. It's-
Gladiatorial combat's totally in.
No, what is it called? The Dresden
so the
Files?
first one is called Altered Carbon, and then the other ones are Woken Furies and Broken Angels.
Why am I thinking of the Dresden Files? That's something
Oh,
different.
because we also really
We
love
do
that.
Yeah,
like
you
the
love
Dresden
those. Okay,
Files,
yes,
yeah.
okay, I'm sorry. We
I'll have
talked
to
about
look
the
that one
Dresden
up.
Files games, right? Okay.
Okay,
let's
you
see.
may have sold me on another series.
Those also, by the way, the Dresden Files, also on Audible.
Oh, my new mission is to get you to read a YA sci-fi series without you knowing it's a YA sci-fi series. To just start suggesting things to you that are like YA romance, sci-fi romance, and let you get far enough in before you realize that you then finish the series because you're compelled to.
If
trying to
it's
remember what-
Ryan, I'm just going to give you
Yeah.
a hint. If it's a teenager who's downtrodden but resolved, don't read further than the first page.
Ah.
Well, I did read
I've got
Divergent.
you. Oh, okay. I've got
By
one
choice?
that's better than that.
Divergent.
Okay.
Yeah.
By choice.
Well, yeah, because it didn't look terrible to
Okay.
start with, and then
Hey.
it really went down into like, man, my feelings, like, oh, there's all this cool stuff going on, but let's really focus on how I feel for this guy.
Here's the thing. Agree with you 100%. I have a better series for you.
Better or worse?
No, like an actual better series.
Okay, so you're not trying to hurt me.
No, I don't want to hurt you. I never want to hurt you. I just want to embarrass you in front of your friends and the internet at large.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the series?
Daughter of Smoke and Bone. So good.
Oh, you.
Daughter
you
so
of
good.
Smoke
I
and
think.
Bone.
Smoke and Bone.
Daughter of
Is
Smoke
that the one
and
with the
Bone.
chick with the blue hair or something like
Yeah,
that?
Karoo.
Okay, yeah. I think you turned me onto that as well.
So good.
Anyway, gaming.
Yeah, sorry.
Actually,
They should make a game out of it. All right, we're back on topic now.
let me get his name right. I think it was Brian Greer. Asked a really good question for an end of the year podcast. What are you looking forward to in 2016?
Shit, man, lots of stuff.
I know.
Detroit.
So I don't know. Is Mass Effect Andromeda coming out in next year?
Mass Effect.
I'm gonna assume that it's not, or we would know by now.
Sorry,
I
Dave
believe. Wait, I believe. Oh,
Oh, so
what's his name?
Grim Breyer is his Twitter. I was not even close.
You were.
I will
not
say
Dave
that it
Grim
is
Breyer.
coming out because I saw, and here's how I know, a thumbnail. Game Over Greggy's girlfriend, wife,
girlfriend, I believe.
girlfriend.
Christine.
Yes.
Oh, I thought her name was
she,
wife.
No, wife. She did a video. She posted the thumbnail like on her YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Thing she was looking for in 2016, and Mass Effect Andromeda was like part of the thumbnail.
Okay.
So possibly.
Yeah.
Well, let's be hopeful anyway. So that I think
Mass Effect
Uncharted is going to be
Q4.
pretty sick.
Yeah, Q4
Okay.
2016.
So
We'll see.
On the bubble,
considering
it'll
that
fall off. Yeah.
Considering that BioWare has showed off concept art and like their dreams for the game for the last like 3 E3s, I'm not going to keep my hopes up. If we haven't seen a cinematic trailer, never mind actual gameplay yet, I don't feel like it's going to make 2016.
How
But
do you-
I could be wrong. Maybe they're just waiting until it's fully baked to show it off.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Homeworld?
Shit, yeah, I have.
The
Well,
Desert
they
Chasm.
renamed it. So it's not actually new. That was Shipbreakers. It's just now being called something different. It's whatever.
Well, there's Homeworld Deserts of Kazakh.
There we go. That used to be Shipbreakers.
That used to be Shipbreakers.
Yes.
So it's not in space anymore.
No, it's not. It's an RTS, but it's
How do
also
you
not
feel
on
about
Earth.
that?
It's not Earth, bro.
It's not Earth,
Earth.
but come on, it's
Also,
not Homeworld.
It is
really.
very cool that it's digging into the story that happens before Homeworld. It's how they found the tablet and what happened then.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually super cool.
Do you think that's going to change your enjoyment of the game, though? Because it's no longer going to be a... Well, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how they make use of three-dimensional space, or if they do it all. If it's going to be a traditional top-down 2D.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see. I mean, it's being made by the original Homeworld developers. I mean, they're now a different studio, but they all came together to form the new one, and then they were making Shipbreakers, and then they got the official Homeworld license from Gearbox. So it's been through, like, it's got a very interesting development story at the very least, and I like the concept. I like that it's digging into that sort of pre-journey story and lore, but whether I enjoy the game remains to be seen, because it is a very different game from the Homeworld games.
Well, whenever they try and reboot a series, it seems like the go-to thing is to do a prequel, right?
Yeah, well, because it depends if you've got a nice conclusion and the world is saved. Also, if you have multiple endings, Homeworld doesn't. But if you do have multiple endings, it's really difficult to do anything after that trilogy. I'm very curious to see what it is exactly that Andromeda does, for example. But prequels are easier because they tend to be set. So if you don't do branching narratives and multiple endings with that prequel, you should be fine.
Well, as long as you don't
You just
retcon
have to
too
drive
much.
from point A to point B.
As long as you don't retcon too much, which Homeworld didn't start. I mean, it had a fair amount of lore, but it really wasn't lore-driven. So they could do a lot of things and really not have an issue there.
Also, they basically completely wrote off Homeworld Cataclysm. I don't know if that's even still considered canon.
Yeah. Well, that was the one where you could move the home base around, right?
That was the one where you start. It's like it's the story of the little mining ship that could.
Right.
Where you start off as a mining vessel, and then all these other vessels start getting infected with this virus. And whenever one of your ships is killed, it's infected and turns against you, which sucks. And you go from this little mining ship, and you build all these additional modules, and then you become like the savior of the universe.
So it's Homeworld Zombies.
It's Homeworld with zombies. Yeah, they're zombie ships. It's like that's sort of how it all works. It's actually great. I really enjoyed the gameplay, but the story's kind of wonky.
No way, zombie ships is cool.
No, zombie ship's super cool. It's just wonky.
Wow.
You made like a shitty smug face too.
Fine. What are you looking forward to in 2016?
Let me just Google microtransactions.
Yeah, you got nothing
Wait
for
a
eternity.
second.
You got
You
nothing.
shut your fucking. I didn't mean for that to sound as angry as it did. I just stopped myself. All right. I said my answer when you said immediately when you said 2016. I said Detroit, and then I'm making sure that it's actually coming out in 2016.
Let's see. We've also
Very
other
excited.
games coming out. Let's see. We've got The Division. We've got.
There's a big one. Well, for me.
Detroit,
One I'm
become
excited about.
human.
Please tell.
There is
XCOM 2.
Mm-hmm.
Really excited about XCOM 2.
I wanted you so badly to go to that press event.
No,
couldn't
me
go
too.
to.
I couldn't do it.
It does not have a release date, so probably not 2016.
It might be. Yeah, XCOM 2 I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, I'm really looking forward to... It's going to be a real interesting Q1 because the Vive...
Yeah, there's a
And the
lot of VR
Oculus.
stuff coming out this
Yeah,
year.
April is going to be pretty huge. Actually, there was a lot of... I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks, or maybe a week. Vive delayed its launch to April because of some new amazing technology that they're going to preview at CES.
Right.
So first week of January, well, it's the 7th, right? So
Maybe Bernie's going to be at
be
CES. Like, we're not planning on going, but Bernie's going to be there. He's got panels or he's doing something. Maybe we can send him to check it out.
Yeah, he needs to go
see
see
what
it.
their whole
We
thing
should
is.
send Bernie. Also, I'll be there.
Oh,
Or Megan can look at it.
But we should send Bernie, because I'll just be drinking and like, I'll be slot machining. Also, someone pointed out that I'm wearing a Dare shirt, but I was like drinking from like a martini glass, so that was funny. Yeah,
love it.
no, I'll just be there for like a day or two. I think.
There's a lot
okay,
of...
cool.
excited
So
to check
yeah,
it out.
I'm by all means like check it out, report back. I'm
Yeah.
very interested. There's also with Oculus, I'm hoping this is something they'll show at CES. Is they announced a launch title for it. Let me see what that was. It was a really interesting looking. Where did I see that? Might have been on. Really interesting looking. It's like a spiritual successor sort of title for. Oh, gosh.
Homer Lucky's been all over Twitter lately, too. So I think they're really trying
Dude,
to
that
drum
dude-
up a lot of
that
attention.
dude talks a lot.
He does. Yeah, he specifically was talking on the vein of what you're looking for, that they put a lot of... He's been very vocal about how, without the kind of support that they're starting to put behind it.
Here we go. It's called Lucky's Tale.
There
so
you go.
It's like a Mario 64 type game for VR, and it's going to be it's going to come with Oculus Rift.
The software development side of this is going to be what really drives it from here. So the hardware's got there, we hope. I mean, it's going to be at least usable, which I've played with the Vive, and it's really at a point where I'm happy with it as a device. But if the software side of it can't come up with something to make it worth it, then it's just going to go back into the dark.
That's the story with any gimmick, though.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that was one of the things when the Nintendo DS first came out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is never going to stick.
Oh,
But then it was awesome.
Mario Kart 7 or whatever came out for whatever Mario Kart came out with DS was like I was sold.
Mario Kart 7 was that 3D? That was 3DS, right?
No, well, then it was like whatever Mario Kart came out with. Maybe we call it Mario Kart DS or whatever. It was like with the original because I remember getting the original clunky DS.
The fucking huge silver one.
Yeah. Yes.
I remember I had one of those. In fact, I recently went back through a box of electronics and I've got my original DS. I've got my pretty white DS Lite. I've got
Indeed
I
called
think I
Mario
skipped to
Kart
DSi.
DS.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to be...
But
well,
initially I was like, that's never gonna stick, and it totally did because it comes down to what you do with the gimmick.
Yeah,
And it's gonna
no,
be the same
it's
for
true.
VR.
Well, here's the problem with this gimmick. The price is going to be pretty high, is what it sounded
Yeah.
like. Which
For everything.
For everything, yeah. I mean, and Oculus is in a position where they can sort of sell it at cost or at a loss because of their Facebook involvement. I'm a little bit more worried about the Vive because it's going to have to survive just on its Self.
I maintain that the Vive sounds like a vibrator, and they should have picked a better name.
Maybe they will. Maybe when it launches, it'll be like the
Something else, please.
lady pleaser.
If somebody were lying,
Yeah.
if somebody were like, "Yeah, I had my Vive out last night." That
Yeah.
sounds like a lady.
Oh, it's vibing so hard.
Okay, now you're taking it too.
It's vibing all over my face.
No. Why would you Vive on your face?
Because that's where it goes.
We have
It
to have
goes in your eyes.
We have to have a very long, exciting talk.
The
for you
eyes are the best
later.
place for a Vive. There's been a lot of speculation too. That did you see the leaked videos from like it was a show in Tokyo, I think, where it was a Vive with what appeared to be a front-facing camera of some kind that was actually doing hand tracking. So that could be what they were talking about.
Okay.
There's also some people have dug up some information that said it might be that they've got a wireless solution because from what they said, it's game changing. It's like we're going to delay the launch.
Wireless
of this.
doesn't sound game changing. Wireless sounds really great. It sounds like a Gen 2 thing. It sounds really awesome. It sounds like a great development. It does not sound like, oh my God, this is going to change the world.
No,
Well, but-
it's for that technology is going to be up there because that
Okay.
dragging around that cable, especially in more real. I'm sorry, I keep making him move. I make them move the cameras more than anybody else. It's because I just can't
Hey,
sit still.
Brian, change your posture.
Do your job.
Hold on, do that some
I've-
more.
having
There's an animated gift for the internet.
having drugged the cable for the Vive around in a realistic space, like my office at home has got 2 computers in it and like a treadmill in the corner. So when I'm doing the room scale thing, it's got the dog crates in there. So it's like it looks like crazy bumpy. And trying to navigate that space with a cable that's also dragging to a computer is not good. That's
Sure.
not a good. It's not an ideal solution for that technology.
I will say that I do think cordless is a big deal because then you get into like the HoloLens type thing where, now you can go and do whatever you want. Go into your living room, go into your kitchen.
Well,
and see
except
these
you can't
things.
see.
Well, but through HoloLens you can.
HoloLens you can.
Yeah,
HoloLens
absolutely
you
good.
can.
Yes, Vive you can, but I'm just saying that's like a step toward that direction of freedom away from a space.
You know, I will be interested if something like if the VR helmets, because the thing about the Oculus is that it is augmented, it doesn't obscure your vision. But isn't it also possible for the like Oculus and Vive helmets theoretically to take a tiny little camera right here and actually show you what's in front of you so that you don't fall over shit?
There was a lot of speculation that on the first development kit for the Vive, there are 2 little cutouts on the front, 2 little holes. That it was speculated might be where a camera would go, and that is actually where one of the leaked image of the Vive, the new version of the DK2 for Vive, actually does have a lens on the front. What is it? This?
No, sorry, I'm just thinking.
Vivin'?
I was just like, oh, it is a female. It's just got 2 little holes.
Well, now it has 1. Okay,
She's been vibing.
they took it down to 1, and
now
it
it's a
does
male.
have an actual lens. So
No.
yes, they could project what you're looking at, but with a single lens, you wouldn't be projecting stereoscopic video more than likely. So all of your
A
depth
shame.
perception
A
would just go away.
travesty.
Okay.
Right?
A travesty.
So I'm fine with it because I'm not getting it for augmented reality. So
I want to see at CES actually. The wearable tech is always the coolest thing in my idea to see at CES. Obviously, VR. I don't really consider VR wearable tech. It is wearable tech, but I think of things like fitness trackers or like dresses that change color or bracelets that do all sorts of cool other things that change your car oil. I love that stuff at CES.
oh, did you see what was back from the dead?
No.
What?
Google Glass.
Oh,
Yeah,
Not that
there's
surprised.
been-
okay, Glass.
I figured it seemed to me like it was just being taken in for more incubation.
Well, it was never out, right?
It was. They stopped. They stopped creating any more prototypes.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's not like the same as canceling it, but they did, to some degree, take it off the market.
Did it ever make it to market? I thought it was
Well,
like
it was
in a,
only-
I mean,
if
like
you
like
were-
if like Jack could buy one.
yeah.
It,
Well,
I mean,
you
it was
could-
never public, but it was public in the same way that the Oculus Rift, like anyone could buy one of the dev kits.
That's what
Well,
I was
you
thinking
could-
comparable to. Yeah.
But it was, you had to be invited. Like, you had to be invited, and then other people, they're called like explorers or something. But then explorers can invite other explorers. But the thing was, the thing I thought was so weird, or very smart, I guess, in their eyes, is that you could be invited by Google to then purchase their really fucking expensive product.
That was the same way that. Oh gosh, what was it? Was it
Amazon
Was it
Echo.
Amazon Echo? Yeah, where you could request an invitation. It's like fuck you.
Hey,
I, mind
I
you,
tried.
by the
Crazy.
way,
Oh, you weren't cool enough?
we have.
wasn't cool
we
enough till
have an
after
Echo.
Christmas.
Love it.
Yeah?
It's super awesome.
Have you ever asked it
It's
what's
great.
wrong with you?
No.
Yeah, you
Can
can be
you?
like, Alexa, what's wrong with you? And she'll be like, as far as I can tell, I'm running perfectly normal right now. Like, she gets worried about it.
We do ask her a whole bunch of stuff.
She does. Does
It's
she
a lot
ever
of fun.
pop off during like the middle of a TV show? Because she's done it for us a couple times, and I've been like, Alexa, shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, we just be like, bitch, we're not talking to you.
Yep. The nice thing is, if you don't say anything, Alexa's like, "Oh shit, I fucked up," and then she just goes silent. Like she's immediately like, she's never like, "I'm sorry, can you repeat that?" She's like, "Sorry."
Oh.
Yeah,
Not talking
the
to-
recognition on it is really great. But I
Really good.
did think it was like bullshit. It's like you can request an invitation and then we'll see. It's like, so really what you're saying is it's a closed beta and you can apply for the closed beta.
Or a lot of companies
But
do
you
that.
have to then pay for it.
But a lot of I think it's weird to be like, request an invitation. Are you like high profile enough for us to invite you? And then yes, give us money, which is very strange. But also like a lot of companies do that to make themselves seem more exclusive. Like Ipsy is like a makeup bag that comes once a month, like a monthly box for makeup. And you had to request an invitation to join, to like become a subscriber to Ipsy, which I always thought was very like, fuck off.
Yeah. Nah.
Nah, not into
Nah.
it.
Yeah, I don't know why Echo did that. I mean, it wasn't that big of a product.
I mean, I get it. It's like a limited release, but it's okay to sell out.
Yeah.
It's okay to be out of stock about
Yeah.
things at first.
It's not like that anymore, is it?
No.
No,
No,
yeah, it's
I
not
mean,
good.
not as far as I know. Like I said,
Yeah.
we got one, so we stopped paying attention.
Yeah.
But I think you can just buy one now.
Yeah, I
and
think
again,
so, too.
it's great, but it's basically, it's got better voice recognition than anything I've seen before. Still occasionally gets it wrong. Don't ask it about any kind of obscure music, but she has great music playlists.
Well, yeah,
And
the
it's really
same
cool that you
damn
can order.
playlist.
You can like just have it order you stuff. Be like, Alexa, order me paper towels, and she'll be like, you last ordered these paper towels. Do you want those again? And you go, yeah. And she goes, all right, they're ordered. They're on their way.
I do feel like
So cool.
Amazon stepped on its own toes, though. The buttons concept was super cool to me, and I guess as a good like entry level, if you're not into getting an Echo, like being able to put a laundry detergent button in my laundry room and then just poke it whenever I need more laundry detergent is pretty friggin' awesome.
Is
But
that gone now?
no, it's still there. It's just that it
You don't
seems
need
like
it
if you have
an Echo.
Alexa, yeah, you don't need it. I'm a little bummed because I like the idea of having buttons around my house.
See,
that
I don't
can
want to
push.
put buttons on all my stuff and be
Ah.
like, oh, that, but it's easier for me to just talk to stuff.
We are now the biggest assholes ever.
Oh, we're huge assholes.
Remember when we talked about
talking
video
to
games?
my Android because then it doesn't let me push a button. Yes.
What have you been playing, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan, what are you excited about in 2016?
Well, otherwise, I said XCOM 2. Been
Crackdown
playing,
3?
No, I never played Crackdown 1 or 2. I have all these weird gaps where I need to circle back around and play things. I am curious to see The Division. I would say it's like the thing I'm looking forward to the most.
I think it looks cool.
I'm looking forward to Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Yeah.
Deus
judging
Ex
you.
something.
You're judging
the
me about
subtitles
that?
for Deus
You're
Ex
judging me
titles
about
are
that?
always a little bit weird.
Yeah.
I was really late to the game with the last Deus Ex title, Human Revolution. So I got it like a year or two after it came out, and I really enjoyed it. Like I'd heard of the Deus Ex series for a long time. 1 and 2 were such big hits, but I just never played them.
Right. I mean, they were iconic.
Yeah.
They were genre defining.
They were big enough that I went back and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try it out. And then I hit that graphics hurdle again, where it's like, ooh, yeah, we used to do this, but we don't anymore.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons that I don't mind remakes of older games. Is it's like you can finally play that game and experience it.
There's definitely a
with
threshold where it's
current,
like,
graphics expectations.
yeah. Or, I mean, just a minimum. That's what, as I was looking through the Star Wars catalog, it's like, ooh, Dark Forces, Jedi Knight, Jedi Knight 2. All right, I can probably
trying
do
to
that. Yeah, that looks like a human, sort of. Most, it's more than just 4 polygons for a head. Yeah, I could maybe whip a lightsaber through that.
You're so discerning with your
Yeah, well,
lightsaber flipping.
I have such great memories of it. And then when you look at your memory and you're like, oh, that was the best I could
didn't
do.
expect it then. Like you accepted it then because you had an imagination, and now it's been stripped from you by the games industry.
Absolutely. I hate imagining now.
Yeah.
I do feel a little bit bad for older games that I would love to go back and replay, but I don't dare because I don't want them ruined. So one of my favorite games is The Longest Journey. It's an older point and click adventure game where you start as, it was one of my favorites. One, because the main character is a girl. Her name's April. She's she's an art student, and she, theoretically like nothing special in particular, but it turns out she has the ability to swap between worlds. Like she grew up in this sort of like tech focused future world, whatever. But she can also swap into a magic world that has like dragons and shit and cool stuff. And so she can go back and forth between the two. And so you go through this whole game, and it's a beautiful point-and-click adventure, great music, great graphics. Problem is, it's like 640 by 480.
Ooh.
And it can't be upscaled. There are no mods. There's nothing like that. The graphics are just created, and the textures are just that small. They're created for that resolution. I cannot go back and play it because I will look at it and go, this looks crap.
And then your
But it's one of my
memories.
best gaming memories, and I don't want it tarnished.
Can I say before we leave, because I know we're getting kind of close to time.
No, we're fine. This got look at all the time.
Look at all the
We
sand
got
left.
so much time.
And in the booth, it'd help if you could pull up this picture. So this last week, images of the Michael Fassbender Assassin's Creed came out. We got our
Oh,
first
yeah.
look
Saw those.
at Michael Fassbender's in the Assassin's Creed movie. Actually looks fucking awesome.
I'm kind of whelmed by it.
Oh,
I'm not
interesting.
overwhelmed. I'm not looking at it saying this looks fantastic. I'm not underwhelmed saying this looks utter crap. You know, I don't think it's the Resident Evil movies, for example.
Yeah.
Which also are apparently killing people.
Oh, almost.
Wait, what?
The stunt
No,
woman.
someone died.
Did she die?
No, she didn't
Oh.
die.
She's okay.
She's just getting amputated.
I know.
But there was
very
someone else who
sad.
died because the car fell on them and crushed them or something like that.
Oh, horrible.
So yeah, that movie's killing people. But this doesn't look utter crap, which is great. I mean, it's Michael Fassbender, so I have like a level of confidence. I like to think that he wouldn't take a movie that's total utter crap. But you never know. Some people just need a paycheck.
Yeah.
But it looks fine. It doesn't look particularly amazing.
Interesting. I thought the costuming looked really good. He was hanging out with a female assassin, which I thought was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he looked good. I didn't know how he would fit. Like, obviously, like, yes, he's an amazing actor, and I really enjoy him and his looks. And I saw his penis for a story we did once.
What?
He did a movie where he's like a sex addict, and
There went Gavin. He
we
just
talked
fled
about
the
it.
room.
And Gavin's also seen Michael Fassbender. Oh no! Good job.
That was
idiot.
all you got?
Yeah.
That's all
You
you got,
should
Gavin?
feel that bad. He like looked disappointed in himself, and you should
It's
be.
gone. I was gonna throw it
Find
back.
something else to throw.
Anyway, I thought he looked really good. It felt like he blended into the costume. It didn't look like I'm Michael Fassbender. It looked like I'm a
It's
character
true.
in this movie.
I will say that I didn't look at it and go, "Oh, look, it's the Assassin show starring Michael Fassbender."
Right.
He definitely looked different than I've seen him in, X-Men or in that one where he was the thing that we don't talk about. That was the prequel to those movies that we do like, the Aliens movies.
Oh.
Yes. Prometheus.
Which also gets a sequel.
Tragic, isn't it?
Did they put a prosthetic on him or something? Because his face looks different.
He was beardy.
You think it's just a beard?
Yeah, he was beardy.
He was beardy, and he looked, he looked scruffier.
yeah, I think he
for
has
sure.
facial tattoos. It hasn't
He,
popped up.
there
so
were
I'm just
yeah,
gonna
there's like
look at
some blue tattoos here, something like that. So I guess the
There it
movie's
is.
Oh, there it is.
the movie's supposed to
Yeah.
take place in Spain
She's also looking fine.
as a contemporary of Ezio. So it takes place at
Okay.
the same time as the Assassin's Creed 2 trilogy, but Spain. So close, but not.
I
we
do
don't
like that
have
they're not
any-
going with canon, or
Yeah.
they're not intruding on the main storyline. Of
But so
Assassin's
then,
Creed.
do we not? Is somebody synced to him, or is it just
I have
the
no idea.
assassin?
I have
Like,
no
do
idea.
we have any?
There is a there's another shot that was released. So there's a couple now. There were a couple released after the one that we just showed. One shows him like in battle, and another one shows him wearing all white or something. There we go. So here's the other one.
Yeah.
From Empire. There's the one in battle, and there was another one of him sitting in a cell. Like, I don't know if he was being interrogated, if he was talking to someone, maybe it was a confession, whatever. He's just wearing like pants and a shirt, and the cell's got a whole bunch of drawing on it, and I wasn't sure if that made it meant that it was a contemporary element, or if
But
they
then it
just
wouldn't
had
be
like
Michael Fassbender.
they just had very modernized cells.
Would it
Do you
be?
really-
Would it be Michael Fassbender?
But maybe it's Michael Fassbender, like the
Descendant.
Descendants, so he's a different person, but also played by Michael
Ah,
Fassbender.
I mean, you
yes,
don't really
yes.
need the animus angle, though, right? Because
No.
90% of the adventure, the story, is the stuff that didn't happen now.
Well,
Yeah.
it all depends on how you want to tie it into the Assassin's Creed universe, because Assassin's Creed diehard fans, they do exist. Stop laughing. Oh, so here he is in the
Yeah.
cell. So here's where we're showing in the
Oh,
cell.
yeah.
That looks to me,
That looks very
more
modern.
It looks like someone's been drawing on the walls with markers. So that makes me think it's a modern element.
It
But his
also-
clothes are also a bit weird.
Yeah, he's
He
got.
also kind of
there's-
looks like maybe he's in like a mental health facility.
There's
like
something
the
printed on
ties
his
and-
right leg too, so that's modern clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's talking to a
there has to be that
priest,
element.
strange.
And for the Assassin's Creed diehard fans, that modern element is actually a big deal.
But we got to the point in the modern element where it was like, hey, this is we're testing out some vacations that people can take by putting this thing on their head. So can you test it out for us? Like it seemed like even the Assassin's Creed franchise got sick of the modern element.
Well,
after the
after-
thing that happened that we maybe shouldn't spoil.
It's been spoiled across the internet. But,
All right, fair enough. It's been a long time. Go for it.
Spoiler warning. Dude dies.
Yeah.
Modern dude dies.
In
and
three.
then, yeah, what's his name?
Desmond.
There's been 3 titles
There we go.
after that happened, so it's
Yeah.
pretty okay
so
now.
you know, it
Yeah.
moved out of that territory and into, random stuff,
Yeah,
which
like
is also
vacation type
which
stuff.
also made the diehard Assassin's Creed fans who enjoyed that modern element and that feeling of that there is a modern story progression throughout the series. That sort of went away.
Yeah, it did.
Now it
It
just
really
feels
did.
like there's a modern day element just because you kind of have to have one.
Right.
Even though that story arc isn't going anywhere at this point. At least not that anyone's been able to see.
It's kind of. I mean, some things happened, at least in the newest game. in
How many games
Syndicate.
has that taken? That's taken 3 games for something to happen?
Well, things were kind of moving along. Well, I've played 4. I didn't really play. I don't even, was there a modern element of Unity at all? I don't think there was. I think they just skipped it completely. So things were happening in 4, and then things were happening in Syndicate, and Unity was whatever Unity
It was a fever dream.
I'm gonna guess,
Hence
just
all the
judging
messed
from
up
those
faces.
pictures.
Yeah.
The guy in the cell is the modern day ancestor.
Oh,
It is
so
the
it is the
Descendant.
descendant.
Yeah.
So Michael Fassbender is playing
Michael
the
Fassbender
assassin,
is
and
Michael Fassbender.
the modern.
That makes sense though, because if it's when you're talking about being in the Animus, he's projecting his own mind into that person.
Right, so he would look like himself.
He probably perceives himself as himself.
Okay, so let's explain how all of the different assassins look different in the games, Ryan.
Look, we don't have time for that right now. Okay, we don't have time for that.
Get shit on Ryan.
It's the end of the year. We got to wrap it up.
We don't gotta wrap up shit. Let's.
They were
talk
just
about
like,
it.
look, we have Michael Fassbender. Let's use
Let's
him
just
for
put
as
him on
many
everything.
roles as. And I think he's also like producing the movie. Or something.
Oh, hold on. So, at Bias Night on Twitter says in Assassin's Creed 1, didn't they have a cell at the end that had a bunch of writing all over it?
They have shit
Same
that
cell?
has writing all
Assassin's
over it
Creed
in
1.
one. Yes, constantly.
Is like, hey, you want to come to this bed over here? All right, that's it. All right, now walk back
Okay,
over
wow.
to the table.
A lot of these people have all kinds of information. At Vader95Z, sweet name, says that Michael Fassbender plays Callum Lynch in the present day. His ancestor in Spain is Aguilar, also played by
Aguilar.
him. Aguilar.
All right, I look forward to being the assassin arugula.
Or maybe he's El Infierno.
El Infierno. All right, we got to wrap up because I got to go pick up my kids. So, I mean, if you guys want to keep going, that's cool. I
Which is
got.
just
You
like
have the
exit
most
stage right.
Dad things. Like a little alarm should play when you're like, oh, so my
Uh-oh,
office
kid time.
has 2 computers and some dog crates and a treadmill in it. Oh.
The dad alarm is going off. Dad, away to the Dadmobile.
Enjoy your 30
It's a
minutes
Toyota.
of Guacamole tonight before you
I will. Thank you.
So is kids and kiddos enjoying Guacamole?
Yeah, Eli actually is pretty good at it. I have to most of the heavy platforming. He just goes into his bubble and comes with me, which is really convenient.
As
Actually,
like
in that
as
game.
in like falls off an edge and you have to get to a point.
Or
where
I just jump up and he just stays down there and becomes a bubble and then races me to the top. Yeah, he gets really cocky about the fact that he gets there first. I'm like, you don't have to do any of the jumping, but all right, you're 4.
He's
You
also
know.
4. Yeah, let him have this one victory, Dad. I didn't pee in my pants today. You gonna give me shit about that too?
Some of the platforming later on is really tough, though. I'd be very impressed at any 4-year-old who could handle any
Who
like,
can bubble through
any of
of
that.
it?
Like
Yeah.
bubbling through it is an accomplishment as far as I'm concerned. Also, he saves a lot of the frustration that I've gone through.
I am impressed though. Every day he picks up something new. Like last night, he learned how to do the dodge rolls.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
So we know time before he goes into the gym and does like all those combos that
I-
dude makes you do for the side quest.
I didn't know those were there yet. I hadn't seen them, so now I'm gonna have to go find those.
Oh yeah, they're a bitch.
Maybe I won't go find those because then
Turn
he'll
his
want to do
controller
that.
off and then find them.
Yeah.
Early on, they're great, but later on, they're very, very difficult, and they also depend on you being able to see the combo and do it as you're looking down at the guy and making corrections for what direction you have to face to pull it off.
Oh, great.
Sometimes he ends up, if you punch him and he goes up in the air, and comes down, he might come down on the other side of you, and you have to turn around and do the combo the other direction.
All
It's
right, something to look
brutal.
forward to.
That said, it's important if you're going to 100% the thing. Which is the only reason I completed it.
Thank you all very much for joining us on the patch.
Yeah,
And
last
we'll
patch
be
of the year.
back
We'll see you
next year. We'll talk about.
2016.
We can talk about more 2016.
I think we're gonna do our
games next
our
year. We
favorites.
can talk about our favorites
Yeah.
from 2015.
Patch awards.
It'll be
We
a
are going to have a patch
fringe
awards,
episode.
yes.
Yes.
So look for the patch awards. We all the other awards were kind of at the end of the year. We're gonna let all that clear out, and then we'll
Yeah.
do the important patch awards start of next year.
Also, you know what we could use is some ridiculous category suggestions. I'm looking at-
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, audience.
Game
Like-
that made you cream your panties. Catabush Shoujo.
Dad of the Year, Ryan Haywood.
Definitely not Ryan Haywood.
Well, not if I don't leave now.
All right, we'll
Bye.
see you guys.